I was kind of
I got a bunch on my list today as far as taking supplies.
awesome. Well, I think it's just about having a plan, and that's something I wanted to kind of talk about first thing this morning. Just a conversation I had with my wife last night, and we've been reading books every night and trying to motivate and inspire each other and understand the differences that we have as men and women, and trying to come up with a path forward for us to kind of overcome it and grow closer together. And we've been reading Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. And last night I just asked my wife, I was like, hey, you ready to sit down and let's go through this book and start reading a little bit? And she just said, I'm just not in it tonight. It feels like we're going too fast. We're moving too quick, and we're trying to improve everything all at once. And it's overwhelming for her. And it just made me realize, and she was like, why don't we just play a game, or, play some cards or something together, or build a bond. And it made me think, like, we don't always have to be continuously working on improving each other or ourselves or anything. We have to have time to be able to enjoy the time with our family. We have to slow down and be able to really build that bond that comes together. So reading a book is great intellectually, and it makes your mind think about things, but it's not something that's building a bond together. Reading that book is about, you have to implement some of the strategy and have the discussion after the book. So it's not the fact of reading the book that's helping you out. It's the discussions that you have afterwards. So she made up a great point last night, and she's like, you're always trying to be the best. You never stop working on this stuff. You never stop. And she's like, it's overwhelming for me. I can't do it. So to me, I made a note last night on my Power 5 list. It was like, one of the things, instead of reading with my wife, is just play with my wife. And that can go all kinds of different ways. But what we meant by let's just bond over a game. Let's just bond over a conversation. Let's just bond over something that's not just constantly trying to improve ourselves, but let's just build that bond strong together. So it made me think to just slow down and think about the things that are really important. It's the family time, the quality time you get to spend with each other. And I was thinking about it too. Is they say, well, how much time do you spend with your spouse or with your kids? And if you're sitting there watching TV, that's not quality time with people. You're not thinking. You're not growing each other. The same thing with a book. If we're just reading and we're not absorbing and we're not applying this stuff, it's not really working. It's not really doing any benefit. All it's doing is pushing the needle a little bit forward on the have-to-dos. We get to hang out with our family. We get to enjoy this quality time. We don't have to do any of this stuff, but it's all happening for us. It's like we talked about the other day about change and how we get to have change. We don't have to have change, and it happens for us and not to us. And it's really important that we slow down and identify those areas of what is the needs of our family. What is it actually going to take to fulfill and become the best person you could possibly be with your family, with your team, with your community. And it's just about quality time. So I wanted to slow down today a little bit and talk about the quality time that I plan on spending with my family, and encourage everybody else to identify areas where they can spend quality time. Again, not watching TV. It's not just just having casual conversations over dinner like, hey, how was your day? That's a very vague phrase to say. Now you could say, what was the best part of your day? What was the thing that made you the most happy today? What is something that you actually did that helped somebody out today? Those are specific questions, and that can really spark a real conversation from the heart, instead of just, it was work, it was fine, it was okay, it was good, it was whatever. You're actually diving in and finding out specific details of what made your day so great and what made you feel good, what made your heart happy. So I encourage everybody to slow down a little bit and identify those areas and questions, and really get to know your family, your spouse, your significant other, your dog, your cat, I don't care what it is. Have a good conversation and make sure we're slowing down and really enjoying quality time together. It'll take us a long way, and it's wildly beneficial. So let's have some fun and try that out. It was wild.